Hello everyone, welcome back to a few more matches of the round of 16 of the Mania LN tournament number 3. We have a pretty exciting banger of a match up here, as you can already see. We've got the players in already. Silhoueska Elze versus Flying Samira, two absolute juggernauts when it comes to LN. And of course, this is a winner's bracket match. Neither of these players should ever be in the loser's bracket this soon. But one of them is going to have to drop down. Only one player can make it past this match alive. It's going to be an interesting one. Both players, this is a pretty rough matchup for them. Of course, Silhoueska Elze being one of the best players LN from the Philippines for a long amount of time. And Flying Samira, of course, you know, MWC champion, definitely proved his worth this year. So it's going to be a really exciting match overall. And I think we're getting into the warm-ups pretty early on right now. Yep. Both players going to have a bit of a warm-up. But could very well be a extremely back-and-forth match between the two players. I will say, though, I do expect that Elze should be pretty comfortable with this pool, all things considered. I do think of Elze as a very high accuracy LN player overall, whereas Flying Samira should favor more of the difficult pools later on in the tournament. So this early on, round of 16, perhaps Elze has the accuracy advantage, but of course misses. We've seen quite a few of those in various matches, even with extremely strong players, so one miss could absolutely determine points here between the two players. And that said, speaking of accuracy, this one, this map right here, pretty much tied accuracy between the two players. Yeah, both players holding on the full combo, and actually, yeah, this accuracy overall, very, very similar. 99.72 versus 99.8. And I'm not sure whose warm-up this is. That could have something to do with it as well. Maybe one player is less familiar with this map in particular. Always can affect the accuracy side of things, especially. But a little bit of a teaser of what to expect throughout this match. This map seems like it's kind of in the same, you know, broad difficulty group as the map pool potentially. Yeah, halfway through the map, both players just holding consistent. There's not really much to say in terms of the combo here. Both players seemingly fairly comfortable. But in the meantime, it looks like we've got a second commentator joining me here, Fire v Ice. How are you doing?
Hey man, I'm doing great. Just got finished doing some stuff. Now I'm ready to see some mania action.
Hell yeah, and what? No better match really to see here between these two players.
Yeah, man. I know Silhoueska Elze. She's a nice person. Don't know too much about Flying Samira, but I do know that this match is going to be a really good one.
Yeah, absolutely. Going to come down to the smallest of advantages that either player can really eke out over the other one.
That is true. Anyone? Even the smallest of accuracy changes could be the final difference between these two players right here.
It does look like so far in this warm-up map, as the map has been progressing, Elze has really stabilized the accuracy. 99.8 seems to be, you know, just the comfortable average here, but Samira is starting to drop a little bit as the map goes on. So dropping the accuracy a little bit more, maybe a little bit less comfortable with holding accuracy for longer amounts of time.
Yeah, maybe it's, who knows, maybe it comes down to the smallest of details between these two. We're seeing Elze, yeah, 99.9 good accuracy from both players. It's just 99.8, 99.64. These aren't bad acts. It's just that Elze's act just outshines the other.
Yeah, of course. I mean, speaking of Elze as a player, not really many players in the whole world that you could say would beat Elze in the LN accuracy department.
Yeah, I'd have to agree there. Elze is just one of those players that you don't want to fight. She's a tournament demon.
Yeah, it looks like we're going straight into rolls, so there's no warm-up for flying Samira. So Elze rolling a 70 to an 8 roll. Elze is going to win the roll. So we're going to see how these picks and bans are going to proceed. From what I've seen in the in some of the past matches that these two players have played, I think Elze has been excelling, especially on the density picks, scoring basically like top 2, top 3 in the entire tournament on every density pick so far in the tournament. So if she's comfortable with keeping the combo on those ones, those could be fairly nice picks for her.
Yeah. Admittedly, I haven't been paying attention to Mania too much. I'm more of a Taiko player, if I'm being honest. However, I'm trying to get back into the Mania scene. As of late, I have some friends that are helping me keep on track. So this is going to be a fun look through into Mania tournaments.
Yeah, always good to tune into some of these tournaments every now and again and see how the scene has changed, because really every year we're seeing some big changes in like the player base, the map pools, kind of all the difficulty is rising, all of the accuracy is rising as well.
Yeah, I am friends with some Mania players like Elze. She's a nice person. I know that she's probably a nice person, even meaner opponent. Can't say too much about flying Samira because again I don't really know that much. However, I am hearing that this match is gonna be a good one.
Yeah, absolutely. Flying Samira, of course, being on the South Korean team this year for Mania World Cup, that won the winning team, that is. So Mania World Cup champion Flying Samira here, and one of their key players for the later stages, especially in the grand finals. So definitely a very, very high skill ceiling player.
Yeah, it doesn't get much harder than the Mania World Cup, especially being on the winning team. That proves something. Not saying that the Philippines didn't get that far either. They got like 4th place in a very tight competition. So they did the best that they could. Yes.
And I think it was actually Philippines versus South Korea that was one of the closest matches in the entire tournament. That was the one that, in the winner's bracket, that was decided by a couple hundred points in the tiebreaker.
Yeah, that was a really good match. They got 4th place from the United States, but there was still a really good run nonetheless.
Yeah, absolutely. But here we have the bans coming through. So it's going to be Solops being the ban from Elze and Giant Steps banned from Samira. A lot of people have been banning Giant Steps so far, not liking the Jazz. Very difficult to time, so I doubt many players are comfortable on that at all, which kind of makes sense.
Yeah, jazz is one of the genres that's like really hard to get a firm concept on the rhythm. It's just more on you have to go as you play.
Yeah, a lot of the timing especially, because it's really, you know, when you play jazz, they're not really very strict with time and beat, BPM, right? Very, more like free in that regard. So when you have like live playing of jazz songs, it ends up being a very difficult to sharpshoot, especially players of this caliber that are really trying to get good ratios becomes basically impossible.
Yeah, especially. We're gonna get into our first pick here, and that is gonna be Comet Coaster. Okay.
Yeah, one of the wild cards being picked first here for Elze.
This is nice. I mean, if you pick this one, Elze picks this one, so she definitely believes that this is one of her stronger suits. So we just have to see what's gonna happen with her.
Yeah, and I think in this match, it's gonna mostly come down to comfort. Specifically, I would say Elze should have a bit of an accuracy advantage. Not by a massive amount, but a little bit. So Elze probably looking to pick the maps that she can full combo comfortably with good accuracy. That should be able to get her the points. But Flying Samira, on the other hand, I would imagine is trying to bank on potentially like combo gaming, finding misses or chokes from Elze, whereas Flying Samira should be comfortable with more of the higher end maps as well. But that said, I don't think either player is really hitting their limits in terms of physicality or combo with this map pool yet.
Yeah, this is round of 16, so it's expected to kind of be like harder, like for maybe around maybe qualifier stage, maybe I'm not too sure. So if you did well on like around the qualifier stage, you should do well here too. Yeah, even here on this break, you can see it's like a mini lead for Elze over Samira.
Yeah, a little bit of a rough start for Samira. I think, oh, hang on. Was that client miss from Elze? Hard to tell. We'll have to wait a little bit, but if that was a real miss, then Samira's going to take a decent early lead here.
Yeah, a miss this early from Elze is kind of uncharacteristic of her.
Never mind, that was a client. Alright. So fake drop. There was no miss from Elze. That's 99.87. So incredible accuracy there. Flying Samira is struggling a little bit on the accuracy side there. 99.6, definitely not bad by any means, but this is almost a 0.3% accuracy difference, and that's significant.
Yeah, once again, Mania is very different in terms of matches, because it's really accuracy and combos that's going to save the day here, and it's a heavy focus on accuracy.
Yeah, the ceiling for accuracy in Osimania is absolutely absurd. Because of the whole ratio thing, right? You're never ever going to see a perfect score, so it's really how close can you get to perfection? And right now, 99.86 is like a monstrous accuracy to put off on a map like this, when you have these release timings and just kind of everything thrown at you. It's hard to imagine how this is really hackable in that kind of way.
Yeah, to the average non-Mania playing eye, this looks really hard, and I mean, it is hard. Like, these players probably have perfected some art of long note. They know like when to release, when to press. They've got it down.
Yeah, absolutely. The level of comfort is just so strong. Both players looking really comfortable in the combo aspect, but Flying Samira definitely on the back foot when it comes to accuracy. And at the end of the map here, that's going to solidify a very solid win. 995k for Elze.
200s too. Wow.
Yeah, very low 200s, but that ratio is absurd. The ratio difference really doing most of the work here. That is more than 2 times as good as Flying Samira.
Yeah, once again, it's all down to accuracy. Even 300s to 320s, that's very different in Score V2.
And now Flying Samira has the task. They're going to have to try and find what kind of picks can they get close enough in that ratio department, because they really have to find something that the ratio is a little bit closer on if they want to win in the accuracy. Or alternatively, maybe they try and pick one where they think that Elze might be able to find a miss here or there on.
Yeah, I'd have to agree. If I was Flying Samira, I'd try to find one of Elze's weaknesses. This is my advantage. We've gotten, oh, this is one of the Clovers. Good band.
Yeah, good. It's an interesting pick here, because this one's a very short one. It's going to be a density pick. And as I said before, Silhoueska Elze has put up some absurd density scores so far in this tournament. Matching the kind of scores that we've been seeing from Demi-Fiend and Miku Aimbot even on some density maps. So this is a scary map to pick into Silhoueska Elze, but at the same time, maybe Flying Samira is that much more comfortable on these ones, so it could be a little bit closer here.
Yeah, we kind of just have to wait and see what Samira has planned. But in the meantime, it's just a tiny lead for Elze right now.
Yeah, starting to pull ahead already. 99.88, very good start here. 99.65 for flying Samira, so a little bit behind, but should be able to catch up in the accuracy a little bit.
Yeah, right now, Elze is almost at a 99.9. Samira at a 99.7.
Actually, it looks like both players really stabilizing this accuracy. A couple 200s there from flying Samira is going to drop the accuracy a little bit, but it's stabilizing at about a 0.2% accuracy advantage for Elze right now.
I'd have to agree right there. Yeah, so Elze is holding on once again to the tiniest of leads. I know I say a lot about Elze, but we should talk about Samira. They're a good player as well.
Oh, absolutely. Not quite as strong in the ratio department mostly here on this map, but I mean, there's not really much you can do against a 99.84 FC. Not really much room at all to be able to capitalize on. No errors that Elze is being able to make. Flying Samira still holding on to a very solid full combo, 99.6 as well. At the end of the map, unless there's a miss right at the end, it doesn't look like there's any way for these scores to be flipped.
Jesus Christ.
Once again, 995k. This score is looking exactly the same for Elze as the first score. Closer in the ratio department slightly here. Flying Samira getting a very solid 1:5 ratio here. Single digit 200s as well. But it's just not enough against a player as strong as Elze with this kind of accuracy. That's going to be the first breakpoint of the match.
Yeah, it's a first to five, so the room for error is not as big as other matches. So right now this is considered a pretty big lead somewhat.
Yeah, and now here Elze picking pretty quickly here. Gonna go with Zetai Tekitai. That's the Crew K map. The coordination. We're seeing 3 different pools being picked in the first 3 maps here.
Yeah.
And actually, this is interesting. I don't think we've seen either of these players play much coordination so far this tournament. I think a lot of players have kind of been avoiding these kind of picks. They are maybe a little bit more dangerous overall due to the fact that it's very easy to mess up. If your concentration slips for a second, it's very easy to mess up due to just, the amount of coordination required.
I'd have to agree. It's called coordination for a reason. You gotta be prepared for a lot of things. Any single mishap would cost the match for you.
And no autopiloting is allowed on picks like this, or you may end up with a miss. And we've seen that there was a match the other day, right? Miku Aimbot versus X-Men yesterday. That was decided by a single miss, like at the end by Miku Aimbot.
Yeah. So you really gotta be prepared for a lot of these coordination maps. Because once again, you're really trying to make sure all 4 of your fingers are like working and on point.
Ooh, but a few 200s from flying Samira there. That's going to drop him down to 99.56. While Elze has maintained this is a absurd like accuracy, 99.88.
Only about like 1/3 of the way through the map, and already we can see the comfortability that Elze has on this pick.
Yeah, this time the 200s as well, especially. Elze has not really been hitting any 200s. We can see the hit error at the bottom of the screen really tells the whole story here. We can see how centered it is on Elze's screen. Flying Samira, fairly good accuracy overall as well, but just occasionally hitting those 200s, occasionally hitting the 300s there. And that's really causing the accuracy to relatively suffer. But of course, as long as the full combo stays intact from flying Samira, there is always a chance towards the end of the map that something could happen.
True. We're getting in. We're kind of like almost there to like. I don't know how to explain it that well, but 2/3 of the way through. It's only about like a 6,000 to 8,000 lead, I want to say. It's kind of hard to tell, especially with the score differences.
Oh, repeated amounts of 200s here from Flying Samira. Now dropping below 99.5. 0.4% accuracy lead now. Elze has maintained this high 99.8 the entire map, and there's just not that much map left. So as long as Elze can hold on for a little bit longer, this is another secured point.
Yeah, heading into the end of the map, Elze has currently securing a 99.85% hack on this map. Oh, geez, that's the 3rd point in a row for Elze right there. 1-200. And oh god, that ratio.
1 to 10 ratio. 1 to 10 ratio on a coordination pick with release timings like that, that is hard. And 995k, yeah, this is easily one of the best scores that we've seen so far on this map. FC coming out from Flying Samira though, very solid.
True. I think Elze is probably prepared for a lot of scenarios for this match. I think she's prepared for this.
Yeah, absolutely. That was a very, very nice pick for Elze, and I think now that's kind of the biggest advantage that we've seen so far in this match. So I think Elze has found what kind of category to pick. I think the next pick from Elze is probably going to be one of those coordination picks again. Undercover Martin, one that sticks out there especially. But for now, it is on Flying Samira to find which kind of map can Flying Samira win on right here. There's still the tech maps available, still Fractalize, which was the protect from Flying Samira.
True. I believe, judging by the in-game chat, Flying Samira might have gotten out of the lobby for a bit. We'll just have to wait for them to come back.
Yeah, it shouldn't take too long, hopefully. Maybe just restarting Osu for one reason or another.
Hopefully so. It's their pick, and oh, that's the second one.
So yeah, this is 3 different types of maps picked, 3 of them going in favor of Elze. So it's interesting. Tough situation for Flying Samira right now to try and figure out where to pick.
To agree, there aren't a lot of good choices, or actually there might be some good choices, but it's all up to what they think. What they think is the best pick for against Elze. That's probably what they should go with their gut.
Very hard to really think about that, because if you're trying to think of, you know, what is Elze weak at, what's the weakness, I don't really think there is any. I think neither player here really has any significant weaknesses. Maybe Flying Samira looked a little bit less comfortable in that coordination relatively, so I would say as long as Flying Samira doesn't pick a coordination map, all of them kind of feel similar.
Yeah, we haven't... Oh wait, no, we already saw. We haven't seen anything from the TE pool for the second one.
Yeah, the tech pool there. Definitely could be an idea. Hasn't been seen, and also tech maps historically, of course, having a lot of opportunity for misses, but here it's going to be Fractalize instead. This is what Flying Samira protected earlier in the match. So one that obviously he's pretty comfortable with, you would expect.
Yes. Alright, just gotta make sure that we're ready. Or, no, they're ready. Gotta always make sure good luck, have fun.
So here we go, fourth map here, flying for Samira, trying to get one on the board. Well, pretty rough start here for both players on that opening trill.
Yeah. Right now Samira's at about like a 99.4. We can see that lead go back and forth for a bit for a moment.
Yeah, it does look like Elze has recovered a little bit better, or a little bit sooner, that is. All the way up to 99.8 already. Samira's going to take a little bit of time, but definitely raising the accuracy now. Should get to 99.5 pretty soon.
It's flickering between numbers here and there, but the gradual rise in AC is slowly going back.
And how has Elze recovered to a 99.87 with a couple 200s at the start? I don't know what kind of ratio you need to be able to pull that off, but that is now a very, very hard to catch up accuracy. Flying Samira now above 99.5, still working his way up to catch up in the accuracy department.
Yeah, the act from Flying Samira has recovered to it's recovered well, but it's not enough to be able to trump Elze's recovery as well.
And even if there was time, like, there's just no time left. There's the end of the map already. There's no no mistakes at all really from Elze. Really, the only small, tiny mishap from Elze was the 200 at the very start of the map. That was basically it. And is this a 995 again? It is.
Yeah,
oh God.
Every single map Elze has played from this pool, she's 995k'd.
And what do you do? If you're 99, like the ratio, once again, this is almost a 996. But if you're versing an opponent and the average score is a 995, there's really nothing you can do to that.
Yeah, I'd have to agree there. You can't really do much against a person who's probably perfected this pool to as much as they can do it.
Yeah, and I mean, like, both players, they've FC'd every single map so far. There's been 0 misses in this entire match. And, like, both of them have been playing really well, but in that case, you know, if neither player misses, that just favors the player with the higher accuracy, and that happens to be Elze in this match in particular. And right now, okay, here comes the Protect from Elze now, Sky of the Ocean. We're seeing the first tech map coming out.
Yeah, tech is known to be one of a really hard thing to like master, but it is fairly, not really fairly easy to understand.
You could say fairly technical to understand in a way.
Yeah, fairly technical. Nice one.
But yeah, definitely the kind of map that you can't really take lightly. Usually the tech maps, they can be hard to combo, they can be hard to act, they're just kind of all around hard in a way.
Yeah, technical maps aren't really the easiest thing to play. So we just have to see what happens here.
And this is the last chance that Flying Samira has if they want to get back into this match against Elze. They're going to have to pull off a win here. And so far so good, both players off to decent starts here.
Yeah, Elze has a bit of rocky accuracy for her stanza, at least for this match.
And both players actually rising in accuracy now. Elze is just about to hit 99.8. Samira now up to 99.64. So both rising. But oh, that's a miss. That's the first miss that we've seen so far in the match, and it's coming from Flying Samira at a really bad time as well.
Yeah, right now if you were Samira, missing would be one of the last things you'd want to do. But I think Elze has found the weakness in Samira, and that's tech.
And the accuracies, they were fairly close at the start here, but now it's going to require not just one miss, either an extremely messy miss or 2 misses from Elze is going to be required if Flying Samira wants to be able to take this.
I have to agree there.
Well, a few 200s from Elze, dropping the accuracy down to 99.73.
Here we go, some hard stuff in the technical pick.
But still holding on the full combo, and really that's all Elze needs to do. Hold on to the full combo, and this is a 1 map and a 1 match. Samira now holding on, managing to bring the accuracy back up to 99.5. So still keeping it up in terms of the accuracy, but this combo disadvantage is lethal.
Yeah, I'd have to agree. Flying Samira doesn't even have that bad accuracy too. Samira's, oh no, Elze is still going. She's still holding that full combo.
Last couple 200s at the end, but there's not been any misses coming out from either player after that first one. That's going to be a 991k for Elze full combo, and that's going to do it for the match. 5-0, managing to pull off the clean sweep against Flying Samira. Really strong performance from both players here. Only 1 miss in the entire match.
Yeah, and that's coming from Samira. Elze just quite literally went crazy. I can't really remember the amount of 200s, but it's like 2 9s and at least one 200.
I think Elze, this 200 count from Elze 3 is the highest, I think, for this match. I think it's been like 2 200s every map so far, which is just absurd. But congratulations to Elze. That is going to be a very solid victory here. Of course, this is the winners bracket. So Elze now proceeds on to the quarterfinals in winners, while Flying Samira not knocked out just yet. Let's have a look at the matchups here, actually. So this is the winners side here. Elze versing Mr. Moo, Canadian player here in the quarterfinals. So exciting matches. Every single one of these winners bracket matches is going to be insane from this point onwards. But we can see as well. Yeah.
I'd have to agree, because it's like it's all top seed versus top seed. The matches are going to get crazier and crazier as it keeps going on.
Yeah, of course. And I mean, the level of play in this tournament, absolutely ridiculous. We see here, this is the losers bracket side. So let's have a look. Where does Flying Samira end up? And
there.
Oh, I have to look. Wait, what is that? ACH.
From Thailand, I believe, too.
That should be Achino, I think, from Thailand in the losers bracket. Yep. So, gonna be some exciting matches now. Flying Samira is an absolutely terrifying player to be versing in the losers bracket, especially as the tournament progresses. But a lot of close matches lined up here in the losers bracket we can see for next week. And right now, actually, there was another match that was ongoing at this time as well. I'm not sure what the status is on that match right now. Maybe we can get an update quickly. Oh, we're in right now. Okay. So Shiro de Pefresca versus Elon Musk here. And it looks like this was a very close win by Shiro de Pefresca on giant steps. A few misses from both players coming in here. And it looks like the score currently 4-1 in favor of Shiro de Pefresca.
Elon Musk still gets a point though, so it can't be considered a sweep. Question is when.
Yeah, absolutely not a sweep, and now it looks like that was Shiro de Pefresca's own pick. So Elon Musk, I believe, only down by 1 break point. So very possible to come back, even though this is a 3-point deficit. It's really only 1 break point that they need to win. So it has to start here. Coordination pick being picked up. Pico Pico Tokyo. And this one as well. This is a loser's bracket match, I do believe. So this is the tournament life on the line for both players.
True, true. This is Elon Musk's last chance at survival, too.
So looking at the past picks just quickly here, Silhoueska won a density pick and then 3 tech picks in a row, whereas Elon Musk won the crew K coordination pick as the second pick of the match. So Elon Musk won the other coordination pick. It bodes well in this map. We'll have to see how.
We have to see how well Elon Musk can do against Silhoueska.
Oh, but this accuracy right out the gates from Shiro. 99.75, very, very strong. Elon Musk dropped a little bit of 200s at the start, but very quickly increasing that accuracy now, 99.3.
And keep your eyes off of it for a second, even if you're watching. You just gotta see what happens.
Yeah, accuracy dropping a little bit for Shiro. Elon Musk increasing the accuracy slowly now, 99.45 already. So the accuracies are getting closer by the second. And it's a fairly long map, 3 minutes, so there's enough time.
Yeah, this could get really close real quickly. Especially with this section too. It's more on release timing on this section.
Very easy to drop accuracy everywhere throughout this map, but Elon Musk is still raising. It's up almost 99.5 now. And a whole half the map left.
We're about almost 2/3 of the way there. The final map, or for this pick at least. There's still some time left. 99 point. Ooh, I was gonna say around 99.5 to 99.6, but Eon drops a bit of AC.
Yeah, Eon's AC is dropping, and if you look at his bar at the bottom, the hit error bar is very, very skewed towards the left. I think Eon is hitting quite early now. So the ratio is really dropping this accuracy a little bit at this point. But Shiro drops in accuracy just a little bit as well. It's still a 0.2% difference.
Yeah, there's last pizza slice.
And there's just not much time in the map left. It's going to take a miss at this point. The accuracies are still remaining the same. So as long as Shiro maintains the combo, this is enough of a lead to be able to win. That's going to be solid performance. Both players full comboing. Actually, looking at the 200 count, Elon Musk having the lower 200 count, but we can see the ratio difference here. 500, 300 differences between the two ratios, and that is the entire score difference between the two players. Shiro managing to win 5-1, and that unfortunately knocks Elon Musk out of the tournament here in the round of 16.
Yeah, if we were gonna look at 200 counts alone, Elon Musk could win. But again, it's all down to ratios. Elon got like 2-1, and Silhoueska got almost like a 6-1 ratio, which is pretty big.
Yeah, showing the importance of that consistent ratio being able to be held. Of course, easier said than done though. And Shiro managing to win, gonna be moving on in the losers bracket. And we'll have to see here. Let's see who that lineup is going to be. That is actually... Oh, that's actually the first match that they've played. It's up there, yeah. So that was actually the first match. So Shiro's not done yet. Shiro has to play one more match this weekend against Stygix, I believe that is. And then the winner of that match is going to be versing Lami in the losers bracket next week. So very scary matchups here.
Yeah, I'd have to agree. There you go.
So that will be the last match that we have on stream just for now. There is going to be more matches to come. I believe 20 minutes is going to be the next few matches. We have 3 matches on at the same time. I believe Apple versus I forget the name. Nan. It's a long name. Yeah, it's a long name that I keep forgetting. I need to have it open next to me. But that match is going to be happening also in 20 minutes time. That is JH Fleet Girl versus Shoira in 20 minutes. And Onto Picasso versus DA. So 3 really crazy matches happening at 13 UTC. So make sure you stay tuned for those ones. In the meantime, we'll head off. So see ya.